Yesterday I set up the first payment processor I've ever set up. The first time is 100% the hardest, because now that I've already done the work once, I can copy, cut, and paste into a new application on our website, and then we'll have a payment processor up and running in less than an hour. Yesterday it probably took me 5, 6, maybe even 7 hours to get it set up. It was a long process, because because I had this shirt, I started by wanting to use Braintree. I don't know if that's clear. Yeah, so I had started by wanting to use Braintree because I had gotten this shirt while I was in Chicago, the headquarters of Braintree, and because Braintree is already owned by PayPal. Once I started working with it, though, I was trying to work with Google Pay with it, and I just had so many difficulties that eventually it was like probably 3 hours till I finished, just over halfway in. I was like, okay, let's stop, take a deep breath. Am I still going on the right course to try to make this payment processor integration happen? And I realized I don't think I'm making any progress here. So rather than continuing to spin my wheels, I thought, what is the simplest thing I could possibly do to make this situation work? I thought, let's try out a different payment processor. So I Googled easy integration payment processor. Stripe came up. I recognize Stripe. I know that Stripe is one of the Google Cloud accepted processors, so I went with that one. I saw they had a drag and drop components that I could use, so I used those components, imported the JavaScript, and then the difference was I had to learn where to send an API request to our backend to receive a token from a handshake between Stripe and my website. That was the hardest part, because I'd never done that before. I built APIs. I'd never built them to receive responses from form submissions. But now that I've done all that, all I have to do is copy, paste, and change out my API key with the new API that I'm going to have for each of the services, and then I'm good to go. I've already got everything set up, so it gets way easier now for if we want to, instead of charging laundry services, to charge hotels, or to charge painting services, or housekeeping services, or podcasts. We can set up all these different charges and subscriptions directly on our website. That way, we can have just a little bit more autonomy, a little bit more control over how we run our business and the different revenue streams we set up. Now that I've already set up this thing once, I can just copy, paste. Change a little bit. It's always a becoming. I'm never finished. The laundry site is never finished. I called yesterday a done, and I'm very happy and grateful that I was able to accomplish what I did, but it's never actually finished. I can wake up today and come up with a new set of goals that are going to provide my customers value that we can then go and pursue and achieve to continue to deliver and over-deliver, over-promise, and just make the customer experience better. It's very hard to do a new thing. That change, that transition, that friction, that initial friction is difficult. Once you do something a first time, you have experience that allows you to do it again and again and again much easier. Try more new things. Try a diversity of experiences so that way you can be more comfortable at performing harder tasks, which in reality are just tasks you've never tried before.